The dust of Attica clung to Elias Thorne, a classical philologist on sabbatical, ostensibly researching neglected Stoic texts. Unofficially, he was a man adrift, seeking solace in the philosophy that had failed him after his sister, Clara, died in an avalanche. He preached Stoic resilience, but grief was a wild, untamed beast. His quest led him to a forgotten site on Mount Lycabettus, a place whispered about as the Stoa of the unknown. He found a subtle indentation, an almost imperceptible curve of ancient wall. As he meticulously cleared debris, a profound, unnatural silence descended. He unearthed a dark, volcanic stone floor, carved with a writhing, serpent-like spiral. Touching it, images flashed, shadowy figures, guttural chanting, and then Clara's face, wide with terror, a dark shadow stretching behind her. He tore his hand away, shaken. A whisper echoed in his mind, "Heed, the uncontrolled." Then a sharp crack revealed a dark, gaping maw in the earth, exhaling a chill metallic scent. Driven by a desperate need for answers, Elias plunged into the void. The passage was narrow, its walls pulsing with a sickly greenish-blue phosphorescent glow from crystalline veins. Crude, angular symbols writhed on the carved surfaces. He felt a profound wrongness. The passage opened into a circular chamber, its walls depicting distorted, humanoid figures in states of contortion. One carving depicted a multi-armed figure, from whose mouth emanated the serpent-like spiral. Whispers returned, clearer now, from the stone itself. Logos, broken. Near the central carving he found a small, dark volcanic tablet, its surface etched with archaic Greek. Herein lies that which defies logos, the uncontrolled, given form. Guarded by silence. Opened by sorrow. His sorrow for Clara. His grief had unlocked this place. A deep thrumming began, shaking the chamber. A new, unnatural red light pulsed from a deeper passage. Elias stumbled towards it. This passage was even narrower, its walls slick with condensation and violent, bestial carvings. He tripped over broken, gnarled bones. The passage opened into a vast chasm, illuminated by a colossal, pulsating, heart-like object in its center, composed of intertwining root-like structures. Tendrils snaked outwards, dripping a viscous, glowing fluid. Dozens of skeletons lay strewn around its base, some human, some grotesque. Elias's gaze fell on a human skeleton with a small, crudely carved wooden owl charm, Clara's charm. A low, keening wail echoed across the chasm, a sound of pure, untamed sorrow. Then Clara's voice, clear in his mind, "Brother, it consumed me, consumed us all." The crimson light flared, the thrumming reached a crescendo. Elias realized his grief had activated this place. The chasm wall opposite him began to crack, revealing a pulsating violet-black void. The uncontrolled was waking up. Clara's voice, a desperate whisper, cut through the terror. "The book? Find the book." He hid it. Elias scrambled back, clutching the black tablet, and saw another section of the chasm wall crack, revealing a metallic gleam. He ran towards it, escaping the Sorrowkeeper's growing presence. He found a subtle groove in the wall, a massive hidden gate. A calm, ancient voice resonated in his mind. "Fool! You seek that which was hidden? Zeno's greatest folly. His darkest secret." Zeno, the founder of Stoicism, was the architect of this prison. The tablet flared, and the gate slowly, agonizingly slid open, revealing a black, lightless void and a single pure white light far within. The architect's voice warned, "The book contains the truth that will shatter you." Elias stepped into the absolute silence, sealed off from the chasm. He entered a colossal circular chamber bathed in pure white light, its walls an intricate mosaic of multifaceted obsidian panels, reflecting his image into 1,000 fragments. A faint hum filled the silence, and his reflections began to show not just his physical form, but flickering glimpses of memories, emotions, and unknown, despairing faces. This was the chamber of shattered mirrors, designed to break the mind. He found a central panel that absorbed all light, revealing a deeper void. From it, a stone book slowly emerged, made of the same dark, glowing crystal as the tablet. The architect's voice resonated, the book of the uncontrolled. His final act. His enduring folly. Open it, Elias Thorne, and discover the truth that shattered the Logos. The truth that will shatter you. Elias grasped the book. The tablet flared, transferring energy to the book, revealing a hidden seam. The stone cover shushed open, revealing thin, translucent crystalline pages, within which intricate, swirling patterns moved like living constellations. Knowledge flooded his mind. Zeno not serene but wrestling with a primal, unseen force, the counter-logos. He had sought out anomalies, performing secret rituals, believing he could impose order on chaos. The book revealed Zeno's monstrous hubris. He had built the colossal heart object in the chasm as a focusing lens, channeling extreme human sorrow into it, creating the Sorrow Keeper. He had used human suffering as a tool, a key to comprehend and ultimately subdue the uncontrolled. But the entity had grown sentient, turning on him. Zeno, realizing his error, had attempted to seal it away, inadvertently imprinting a fragment of its despair onto his lineage, and to those of profound and untamed grief, like Elias. A searing pain lanced through Elias's head. The book vibrated wildly. Then a new image coalesced, Clara, alive, trapped in the chasm, struggling against unseen bonds. And her voice, clear and desperate, "Library, library, library." The book snapped shut, plunging the chamber into gloom. Clara was alive and she was guiding him. He found a narrow vertical slit in the chasm wall, emanating a faint violet light and the scent of old parchment and ink. It was a library. He squeezed through as the Sorrow Keeper's wet slithering intensified behind him. Inside, vast, circular shelves lined the chamber, laden with scrolls and volumes. Elias used the tablet to illuminate them. He found Zeno's meticulous records, his observations of anomalies, his theory of a counter-logos, and the horrific details of his experiments, channeling grief into the Sorrow Keeper. Zeno had seen grief as a measurable energy, a tool. Elias realized his own profound grief made him a key, the perfect catalyst. He found a thicker volume, its cover inlaid with shimmering crystal shards. As he opened it, a sharp mental shriek erupted. The pages were fibrous, inscribed with glowing runes. At the top of the first page in Zeno's hand, the binding of Clara. Clara's voice resonated from the book. He knew. He saw the lineage of sorrow. He prepared this place for you. You must embrace it. Find the final ritual. It is the only way. The book revealed the final ritual, not of binding but of unbinding. It required disrupting the Sorrow Keeper's essence, forcing it into dormancy or destruction. But it demanded a profound, unreserved embrace of sorrow, a channeling of its raw energy. Zeno, afraid to fully feel it, had hidden this book. Clara urged him. He tried to escape the uncontrolled. But you must embrace it. The book detailed the first component, the Ethel Stone, a mineralogical anomaly capable of resonating with pure emotional energy, housed within a device called the resonator in a hidden chamber. The Sorrow Keeper's active attempts to breach the library walls intensified. Elias found a hidden passage behind a massive shelf, protected by an energy field. The tablet opened it, revealing a new, utterly black passage filled with a high-pitched whirring and rhythmic clicking, the sound of a terrible machine. The library wall cracked behind him. He plunged into the passage. He entered a vast circular chamber of dark, polished metal, interwoven with glowing lines of energy. In its center stood the resonator, a colossal construct of interlocking gears and crystalline conduits. Within its heart, suspended in energy, was the Ethelstone, an immense, multifaceted gem shifting through colors, a living crystal of solidified emotion. The Ethelstone murmured with countless voices of suffering, a reservoir of collected sorrow. It pulled at Elias's own grief, tempting him to surrender. But Clara's voice warned, "Don't let it consume." Elias embraced his grief, not to be consumed but to channel it. Guided by the book's schematic, he manipulated the resonator's controls, engaging gears, aligning conduits. As he completed the sequence, a luminous pathway of green light extended from the resonator to the Ethelstone. Stepping onto it, a torrent of collective sorrow erupted in his mind, the agony of millennia. He screamed, wanting to give in. But Clara's voice cut through, "Resist. Not by denial but by will. Embrace the pain, Elias, but do not become it. Direct it." Elias focused, pushing his grief, his love, his fury through the Ethelstone. The stone pulsed with blinding emerald light, and a vast beam of pure, concentrated emotional energy erupted from it, shooting into the ceiling, where it converged into a swirling vortex of violet black. Clara's final instruction: now, the anchor. It must be broken. It will lead to the source. A massive crack reverberated from the ceiling, revealing a glimpse of a pulsating violet-black void. Elias climbed the resonator, launching himself into the churning void. He was pulled through an impossible space of shifting shadows and primal emotion. Clara's voice guided him. This is where the sorrow keeper tethers itself. The anchor. It draws sustenance directly from the source, but it is also its greatest vulnerability. He saw the anchor, a swirling maelstrom of interwoven ethereal tendrils, connected to the source, the primordial void of chaos. Spectral guardians, Zeno's mental constructs, materialized, whispering his own doubts, his own stoic maxims twisted into weapons of despair. Control is illusion. Your grief, a weakness. She is gone, accept it. Clara's voice affirmed, they are not real, Elias. They are echoes of his mind. Of your own. Focus. The book. The book's final diagram showed the anchor could not be broken by force, but by introducing a counter-resonance. Profound, unselfish love. Elias had to become the conduit, projecting his love directly into the anchor's core. The sorrow keeper's roars were deafening, pressing against the dimension. Elias extended his hand towards the swirling anchor, his heart overflowing with love for Clara, ready to unleash the most powerful, unbound force against the very essence of chaos.